All right. So, figured I'd do a live stream where I go over this new article that just came out. By the way, I'm Pirate Canvas, aka PC. Uh, so, yeah. Uh, yeah, there's this new article that someone actually linked me to that basically bashes us. The name of the article comes from TruthOut.org. Uh, I have no idea. I don't really know much about this news outlet here, but the article reads: Amid anime's hashtag Me Too moments, right wing fans are attacking survivors. Now, I want to make this clear. First of all, I am not a right wing person. I don't identify as right wing. I am a libertarian. I don't go towards the right, nor do I go towards the left when it comes to my political opinion. I just play the middle ground, I guess you could say. But basically, calling all of us right wing fans when there's probably more libertarian fans of Vic than there are of right wing fans. But they have to spin the narrative somehow. They have to marginalize us in one specific group. So that's why they came up with that. So how dare you call me right wing? I'm not right wing. But of course, this is about Vic Mignogna. This is just them trying to throw us all under the bus, throw Vic under the bus, just to smear us, to smear Vic, say that we don't care about victims. No, we just are sick and tired of their lies. That's what we can't stand. So I'm gonna go over the article here and basically give my commentary over it. So yeah, this is fair use. You can't really say anything. So, anyways, I've been on a journey the last few months as a writer and as a fan of a particular nerdy medium known as anime. It's a cartoon medium originating from Japan that has grown in popularity exponentially over the last 13 years. Anime TV shows and films are now being dubbed in English almost simultaneously with their Japanese premieres. Anime conventions have cropped up in most major cities. The anime fan base is diverse, but it's no stretch to say that most of it consists of young women and other marginalized identities. Yeah, because as we all know, anime is only exclusive to men, right? That's what it markets towards. uh, but yeah, of course it's diverse. I mean, we welcome all sorts of, fans of any nationality, of any gender, of any race. Uh, it doesn't matter, what color you are. We include you. This is not just exclusive to one specific group. The anime community is for everyone. Alright, so now the anime industry is having its hashtag Me Too moment, as Sharon Grigsby of the Dallas Morning News recently wrote. Yes, the biased article that is, totally not smearing Vic and totally not calling him a sexual predator. The good people over at the Dallas Morning News. We can trust them, right? For the last 9 months, Twitter has been embroiled in the dramatic fall from grace of one of the most notable men in the anime and entertainment industry, voice actor Vic Mignogna, iconic for his roles as Edward Elric in Fullmetal Alchemist and Crow Branwen in Ruby. And I'm sorry if I butchered that. I don't watch Ruby. I don't really care. Mignogna has a voice acting career spanning 20 years. Since January, Mignogna has been publicly accused of sexual misconduct, including inappropriate touching during fan engagements and overtly aggressive behavior toward female colleagues. So let's click on these highlights here. What do they mean by inappropriate touching during fan engagements? Because they highlight someone's tweet, which has been deleted, by the way, because they're using a Wayback Machine. Han and Leia's tweets, which is no longer there, by the way. And not only that, she wasn't even talking about Vic. Turns out she was talking about someone else. They don't even mention that. No, they don't at all. So yeah, this is completely pointless and just not true at all. Which comes as no surprise that they would never, even consider that she wasn't even talking about Vic. Alright, and overtly aggressive behavior toward female colleagues. Now, this one I'm guessing is Monica Rial's tweet, which she has me blocked on all 3 of my accounts, so I can't show you guys her tweets. But you all know it's Monica Rial's tweets. But Jamie Markey, her tweet is right here. She hasn't blocked me on this account. And it's, of course, her original tweet, her accusation against Vic, pulling her hair and whispering something sexual in her ear. Which, of course, there's no proof. There's no evidence of this. This is all baseless accusations. And they said it's accused of sexual misconduct. They don't flat out say that it is, but then why? Why include those tweets when... unless you're trying to, just pull an agenda out. That's the only reason why you would even, bring all this up. Mignogna is not of the same gilded notoriety as Harvey Weinstein or Kevin Spacey. Well, at least he's not, right? Obviously, you're sort of painting him as that, though. It's obvious a lot of you are, especially on Kick Vic's side. But particularly within the young fan base of the internet, this is a man with clout. He's also approachable and just within reach at your local anime or geek-based convention. Yes, he is. I just recently met Vic at Bubba Fest, and he was a kind, very genuine guy. Gave him a hug, and told him, what he meant to me, as a fan. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing sexual about that. There's, nothing wrong with admiring somebody. Meanwhile, the harassment doesn't end with Mignogna's past actions. His defenders are making sure his victims suffer ongoing consequences. Some of Mignogna's fans are actively utilizing social media to stoke the fires of extreme harassment against anyone remotely commentating on the case. Yeah, how dare we defend someone that we admire? How dare we defend someone who we believe is innocent? How bad are we? and that's the thing. They're saying that we're attacking victims. We're attacking them. We're harassing them. And they have yet to provide any evidence. They have no evidence that states that he's guilty. So no, we're not harassing them. We're just simply asking, show us the evidence. Because that's what we believe in. And there's still no evidence. Even after this trial is over, there is still no evidence that proves that Vic did any of this shit that they're claiming that he's doing. Alright. So, as I have watched it all unfold on my own Twitter timeline, I've been following many of the players in this story as a fan for many years. I'm reminded starkly of Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, I think that's how you pronounce it, Kavanaugh, and the victimhood that he and other conservative white men in power love to invoke as part of their anti-feminist backlash. I am reminded of Dr. Christine Blasey Ford and her family enduring death threats, relocating multiple times as a result, I'm reminded that these same men will posture with righteous anger and manipulate their media presence with a shiny veneer of Fox concern for real victims, and how even well-meaning people can get swept up in these manipulations. So they're basically trying to paint Vic as this manipulator. He's manipulating his fans to go after these people. No, he's not. That is completely not true. Vic did not manipulate anybody to defend him. People chose to defend Vic because they believe in due process. And they're basically trying to paint us as right-wingers, which they're failing at it because a lot of us identify as libertarians. We don't lean on the right, nor do we lean on the left. So, of course, they have to marginalize all of us in one group, one sweep group. So that's why they're basically calling us anti-feminists. You know, it's crazy. It really is that they have to paint us all with the same brush. Mignogna is following a similar sequence. For a while, he was releasing seemingly sincere apologies and statements in response to the accusations against him. Then on February 20th, Mignogna announced that he had retained a law firm as his last and only recourse to salvage his reputation and his 20-year career. How dare he? How dare he seek justice? How dare he? I mean, how dare someone do the right thing by, wanting to, basically save his career from people that are constantly attacking him, constantly marginalizing him, just how dare he? How dare he seek a law firm? I mean, he's supposed to take his punishment. That's what these people want. These people want him to take his punishment and just like it. Hugh Minnesota lawyer Nick Rekieta, whose Twitter account has been suspended last week as a response to the months of harassment unleashed against survivors by his hordes of fans. Rekieta, a friend of Mignogna's, began a crowdfunding effort for Mignogna's legal expenses. Since going live, the GoFundMe has raised a $252,000 war chest. Of course, they're going to call it a war chest for the voice actor's expenses, with excess funds to be sent to the Salvation Army, Dallas domestic violence and abuse shelters. Can you believe these people? The kind thing you do for somebody, it always gets, overlooked. It always has to be considered as something bad. I mean, this was the fans' idea. It wasn't Nick's idea. The fans wanted to support Vic. And that's the purpose of the GoFundMe. It was to help Vic with his legal funds. And that's where it's going to. It's not going anywhere else. It's not going into Nick Rekieta's pocket. It's going directly towards Vic's legal funds. And that was the sole purpose of this, of the GoFundMe. And yeah, they're basically calling it a war chest. Can you believe that? That is just... Vic has been removed from Rooster Teeth and Funimation and disinvited from several conventions, disconnecting him from his income and from his fans and supporters, writes Rekieta on the GoFundMe page. Companies cannot rely on non-credible accusations and devastate a career for virtue points. Which is true. Which most companies, that's what they do. They always side with the left, the people that are, attacking, instead of giving someone a fair trial or giving someone the chance to defend themselves, to give their side. No, they have to go with the people that are marginalizing him. Although Rekieta writes on the same page that he does not act in a legal capacity for Mignogna, It was revealed recently that Rekieta has implied to his paying fans that he has been acting in such a capacity since May. Where? Where? I this is so not true at all. I like to see this fucking, and it says revealed right here. So let's see what the truth is here. Oh, a tweet. The chat logs. Okay, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look. Oh, and it's from John Michael Kelly. Pfft, are you fucking kidding me? This is your proof that Nick is somehow involved in the case. Congratulations, you're fucking morons. This proves nothing. It doesn't. Yuns are so fucking stupid. It's unbelievable. It really is. Rekieta also runs a YouTube channel where he law-splains things like travel bans and the incursion of cancel culture. Cancel culture is a cynical term for how public figures are criticized on social media for not being politically correct enough or for past transgressions. It's a term often used to flip the script on those who bring up important criticisms of these public figures. And it's not that. Cancel culture is stupid. Like, why should someone pay for the sins of their past? Why should this matter to you all? Like, and it's nothing more than a smear campaign. You guys want to destroy someone's career. That's why I can't stand fucking cancel culture. And I wish it would just die. Rekieta averaged about 2,000 views a video until he got in on the swirling Mignogna allegations and began the GoFundMe. At that point, views shot up to between 25,000 and 200,000. Yeah, despite the fact that, his channel basically grew over time. It's crazy. It's crazy, right? How much influence someone can have, So, yeah. Donations started rolling in, and multiple live video updates a week became the norm on the channel. On April the 18th, Mignogna filed a doomed from the start lawsuit against his former employer, American dubbing studio Funimation, his two colleagues Jamie Marchi and Monica Rial, who accused him of harassment, as well as Rial's fiance Ron Toy. The suit alleged that the defendants not only defamed Mignogna by speaking out about their own experiences, but also participated in a conspiracy to get him fired and tortious interference with contracts relating to his public appearances at conventions and prospective business relations. Funimation was also accused of vicarious liability. And yes, that's what it is. It's tortious interference. I mean, the tortious interference is for Monica and Ron Toye and Jamie, who were basically discussing Vic's legal stuff, like his contracts, talking about the investigation. That falls under tortious interference. Tortious interference of a contract. That's where all this comes from. I mean, they don't even mention their tweets about that at all. From what we know from Mignogna's first deposition after filing the suit, his connection to Rekieta is fairly recent and began when the lawyer reached out to Mignogna via email to express support for Mignogna's situation. However, there is a discrepancy between that deposition on June the 26th and Mignogna's February the 20th statement where he refers to Rekieta as a friend. Rekieta is the one who referred Mignogna to the lawyer who currently represents him, Ty Beard, of Tyler, Texas, an estate lawyer who handled Rekieta's grandfather's estate. Okay, and I want to see this. It certainly seems that way. Check out Section IX. Ty was made trustee in 2012. So, they're bringing up stuff that doesn't even pertain to this case at all. And so what? So what? He he gets Ty Beard on this case. Who cares? Ty Beard, it's not like, you can't point someone to a lawyer, it's not illegal or anything like that. So I don't understand how that is a bad thing. I mean, is Nick not allowed to point Vic to an attorney? I mean, he's a lawyer. And plus, it doesn't make any sense that Nick is even representing Vic. Because he's in Minnesota. And Vic resides in Texas. He can't even defend Vic. Or he can't even, take on his case. Because of that. You guys are fucking idiots. So, of course, it makes sense for Nick to, get Ty on this case. Because he's an attorney in Texas. You guys, I swear. Mignogna's status as a public figure. Actually, he's a multiple purpose public figure, according to the judge, which I think is stupid. I mean, nobody knows who Vic Mignogna is outside of the anime community. So I don't see how that makes him, a public figure or a multiple purpose public figure. But that's what they say. They say he's a multiple-purpose public figure. Mignogna's status as a public figure certainly doesn't help in a defamation lawsuit. During a train wreck of a hearing on September the 6th, Judge John P. Chupp even remarked on Mignogna's lawsuit, "We don't have many cases that people show up for, so I mean, obviously there is some following because people are actually here. It's usually very lonely here." So that somehow proves that, he's a public figure because people show up. My God. Yeah, this judge doesn't know what he's doing. Such a statement by the judge, a commentary on widespread public interest in Mignogna, should have foretold the outcome of the case to the plaintiff, since to qualify as being defamed, one must not be considered a public figure. That is not true at all. It depends on the evidence, which the judge didn't even bother looking at. They didn't even bother looking at the evidence at all. They completely dismissed the evidence. But that is not true. Just because you're a public figure doesn't mean you can't sue anybody. You can. I mean, look at Johnny Depp. He's a public figure, and he won his case. So, yeah, you don't even mention that. Moreover, most of the evidence against the defendants consists of tweets and commentary that hardly mention Mignogna by name, and rely heavily on the context of other tweets that the plaintiff's representation failed to provide in numerous botched filings and affidavits prior to the September hearing. Now, that's the only thing I do criticize Ty of. The way they handled it on both sides, the way they handled it was very poor. Both sides handled it awfully. It's a train wreck no matter which way you look at it. And I think if Ty would have gotten his act together and, if he wouldn't have had his head up his ass, I'm pretty sure he probably could have easily won this case. But that goes for the other side as well. They messed up as well. So it's not just Ty. You can't put all the blame on Ty. In the midst of the legal battle, Rekieta continued to live stream from his home and sometimes from wherever his many travels take him, drinking alcohol along with special guests including beer to comment on whatever irrelevant piece of information they dug up in an effort to even the score for Mignogna. In one instance, Rekieta uncovered an old dropped restraining order against Toyi, a defendant in the case, apparently attempting to discredit Toyi's current fiance's claims against Mignogna while drudging up long-resolved interpersonal conflicts that have nothing to do with the current case. Okay, yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with the case, but that is the thing. It's to tie him as a bad person. It goes against his character as someone who's trying to, fight for these victims, to fight for these women, yet He's a fucking harasser himself. You know? He fucking beat his wife. He abused his wife. He's a wife beater. And you guys are defending him, which makes you look really bad. Oh my god. Hopefully we're getting through this. Such discoveries are meant to incite Rekieta's fanbase, who have already shown themselves to be capable of threats and harmful actions, even going so far as to disclose the home addresses of defendants and other parties who have spoken out through Kiwi Farms, a forum which came to the mainstream forefront during Christchurch, Moscow shooting for reposting the manifesto and live stream of the shooter. Sexually explicit rebuttals and death threats on various other social media are not uncommon. These people are not to be taken lightly. They can and will weaponize any information they can gather to silence anyone speaking out. Yeah, so they're saying that, you know, somehow Rekieta is tied with Kiwi Farms, and yeah, so what? Who cares? And there's no proof that they were responsible for that, from what I can gather. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about that. Nobody does. But from what I've heard, they're not responsible for that at all. And they dealt with the person that reposted the streaming. I think they dealt with that person. I'm pretty sure they did. Both Rekieta's Twitter timeline and his live stream fed function much like Donald Trump's Twitter account. Really, they're comparing Nick Rekieta to Donald Trump. I love this. This is... Rekieta's videos directly attack survivors. He states, "I just don't like any of the defendants, and I think they are terrible people. I want to see them ground into dust, because when you lie to take away a man's livelihood, you deserve to be ground into dust." Really? That's a direct attack on survivors. These quote survivors. Like, these are the same people that are doing the same fucking thing to Vic. They're doing the same shit to Vic for all these months, trying to make his career and life go into the ground, into dust. Like, and you guys have the gall. Good morning, Dragon Fist. This is just crazy, man. This is fucking crazy. Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around this, how these people fucking think. These people think, you know, that, you know, we're the bad people here. We're the ones that are trying to ruin careers. But no, they are. They are the ones that are trying to destroy one man's career. A man that is innocent, when there's no evidence that proves that he did any of this. They're trying to ruin his livelihood. And yes, you guys do deserve to be ground into dust when you ruin a man's career. And that's not a threat. That's not an attack. What we mean by that is your lies. They need to stop. Your lies need to stop, and they have no merit at all. There's no proof, there's no evidence that suggests that Vic is guilty of anything. Twitter user Tourette's Z27 breaks down a clip from Rekieta's stream following the release of this clip of Mignana harassing a child during a costume contest, which I believe I remember this. And they forgot the fact that the person actually came out. Really? This is what they're going to? He was making a joke. It was a joke. Yeah, this one. This where he's harassing a child. They took a fucking harmless joke, and they're basically saying, "Oh, he's harassing a child." Oh my god. These fucking people are so dumb. Sorry about being off of Twitter for a few days. I had to take a break for my sanity's sake. Should be back on in a few days. I did manage to finish my final midterm, though. That's great to hear, man. I mean, I know midterms are a bitch, but I hope you did really good on them, man. I really hope you can get past it. During his commentary, Ricada employs the use of some basic strawman fallacies, implying that Law Twitter, the group of lawyers who have independently commented on this dumpster fire of a case, is suggesting that Mignogna is soliciting sex from a child and that the defense in the case should play the clip for a hypothetical jury. Never mind that such a case is unlikely to go to a jury, and that no lawyer commenting on the case actually accused Mignogna of that. Ricada then says that Mignogna asking a child dressed as Wonder Woman, "What are you doing after the show?" is cute. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke, people. That's what it is. And yes, I did see Greg try to spin this as, Vic sexually harassing a child. I did see that. So, yeah. You guys are fucking stupid. You take a joke so literally. Oh my god. A favorite tactic of both Beard and Ricada is reverse psychology. In one video, Beard says sooner or later, you lunatics are going to destroy a person's career who's going to take a gun and blow your head off. It's not going to happen in this case. However, Rial herself has been told to wear a bulletproof vest to her public appearances and has had to make statements about threats she and others have received. All right, let's take a look at this. All right, she posts this on her Instagram. I don't use Instagram that much. I do have one, by the way. Just a reminder, all threats made are being taken seriously. You will be reported to local authorities. I don't care how upset you are, you should never threaten another person. And I agree. You shouldn't threaten anybody. No matter which side you are. It doesn't matter. I agree with that. But to imply what Ty was saying and then imply it as, Rial having to wear a bulletproof vest, that has nothing to do with anything. He is basically trying to tell people that you're going to mess with the wrong person. You're going to try to ruin someone's career. You're going to end up messing with the wrong person that will go off and basically blow your heads off. Rial is a classic example of being so paranoid to the point of self-destruction. That is so true. But yeah, they're trying to imply Ty's statement to Monica, her statement, which doesn't match at all. It doesn't mean anything. And yeah, I don't want to see nobody get threats. I don't want to see nobody get hurt. I mean, I'm all concerned about Monica's safety. But you can't take what Ty says and apply it and imply that, we're going to actually go over there and shoot Monica or hurt her in any way, shape, or form. And Vic would never do that. Vic is not that type of person. Nobody on I Stand With Vic is those type of people. And if there are those type of people that exist, you can bet your ass we're going to get them out. And nobody is supposing any sort of violence on anybody. We're not those type of people that you're painting us as. But that's what they are. That's what they're doing. They're painting us as, psychotic. They're painting us as a cult. They're painting us as these awful people, which we're not. We're just seeking justice. Meanwhile, Mignogna is still active in the anime convention circuit. These conventions can range from small meetups at the local Holiday Inn to large-scale productions that host thousands of fans who may dress up as their favorite characters, go to panels, and meet actors. and creators in the scene. Those public figures are typically paid for such engagements. Very few conventions have canceled Mignogna's appearances, and one that did, Kamehacon, eventually allowed him back under certain stipulations. In fact, Mignogna appeared at HawaiiCon, where he was paid for his fan engagements, which included a manta ray snorkel on a Polynesian canoe with Vic Mignogna. That actually sounds really fun. I wish I could have went to Hawaii. Fuck, I would love to go on a canoe with Vic Mignogna. I would love that. And it's like, yeah, he's still getting invited to conventions. Yeah, but what about those other conventions that that basically told him not to come? That canceled his appearances. You're not going to bring those up? You're not going to bring up the money he has lost out on because of these allegations? Or the potential money he could have gained from that? You're not going to bring that up? Dumb. Just dumb. It's all agenda. All of this is just fucking agenda. Oh, and look, here's Rekieta giving his viewers a live update from the convention, informing them that the judge ordered mediation between the parties in the lawsuit came to an impasse. Mignogna's livelihood is clearly not ruined, as alleged by the lawsuit and his representation. They conveniently forgot to mention Rial's threats of pulling out of the convention if Vic was there. Yeah. They're not even mentioning that. Kamehacon, Rial was supposed to be there, yet she pulled out because of Vic. That's taking away from the fans. But you guys aren't going to criticize her for that. No, she's the victim. But, yeah, Vic's livelihood hasn't been completely ruined, but his reputation has been damaged. That's enough for this lawsuit. That's enough to at least get them for defamation and to get them for tortious interference. His reputation has been damaged. That's not the point of his livelihood being ruined. His reputation. Seriously, you guys don't get that. They don't care. Rekieta and Beard seem to have forgotten that Mignogna is not on trial. Even Mignogna himself seems to have forgotten he is not on trial. Had they stuck to his previous apologies and tried to make amends, this incident might have reached a potentially restorative conclusion, and perhaps old fans like myself would have a lot more respect for him in the aftermath. No, you guys fucking wouldn't. You guys fucking are trying to ruin this guy's career. Talking all this shit. Saying how he's a sexual predator. With no evidence. You guys are clout chasing. Just, oh my god. You guys don't care about his health. You don't care about his well-being. You guys only care about spreading an agenda. You care about spreading this fucking pointless Me Too movement. I may get back to making Vic content once the semester ends. Had to quit because the semester started. Well, I hope you get back to making videos, period, dude. We miss you. You make really good videos, dude. No joke. But that's why you have people like me that can sort of fill in for you and, I'm just kidding. No one can replace you, man. You're awesome. You're awesome, Dragon Fist. The allegations against Mignogna never shocked me. As a person who regularly attends conventions, I was warned against going to his photo ops and signing long before January 2019. What does shock and sadden me is the way in which he is ongoingly targeting survivors through his lawsuit and through proxies like Rekieta and Beard. As Mignogna stands back, these two men are drinking whiskey and eating jelly beans on a live stream for all to see while they rake in the cash and kickbacks. Oh my god, that fucking line is hilarious. So they are drinking whiskey and eating jelly beans. And they don't even get the joke. Wasn't it Monica Rial that brought up the whole jelly bean incident? That's what they're joking about. They're joking about Monica Rial's jelly bean incident story. This is fucking hilarious. I mean, granted, this whole article is just painting Nick Rekieta and Ty Beard. It doesn't even mention us that much at all. It doesn't mention the YouTubers. It's mainly attacking Ty Beard and Nick Rekieta and Vic. They're trying their damnedest to paint them as bad people. They're doing their damnedest to do that. As we watch this particular case continue to unfold via Twitter and Rekieta's live streams, despite Judge Chupp's October 4th dismissals of all claims against all defendants, it's important to note the relentless backlash that rises up in the face of any #MeToo movement. Too often we consider exposing abuse perpetrated by powerful men to be accountability in itself, without deeply examining the power dynamics at play. Yeah, because there's always power dynamics. You know, it's always that. Nobody wants to take accountability. Well, you're making this seem like it's so evident that, you know, Vic did do this when there's no fucking evidence. There's no evidence. That's what we are waiting for. We want evidence. Show us the evidence. Show us proof that Vic did do this. And we'll consider it. But you guys don't want to do that. Because you guys don't have any evidence. Because none of this shit never happened. And I'd love to see you guys write an article about me. I would love to see it. I really would. Power is a versatile thing, and it can be used by people without the titles of Supreme Court Justice or President. It can be used by men, particularly white, cisgender, heterosexual men. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey man, you're awesome too. Once I get back to making content, I can give you some shout outs if you want. That's what friends do. You want me to do that? Yes, I would appreciate that actually. And I would do the same thing for you guys. Check out Dragon Fist 900's channel. He makes awesome content, just like I do. So just go subscribe to the guy. He's awesome. There, see, I gave you a shout out. But this fucking white cisgender heterosexual men, this is obviously written by a feminist. This is obviously written by a feminist who has too much time on her hands. Obviously, she has too much time on her hands. In niche communities like the one Mignana is a part of, where a lot of young marginalized people find solace in their favorite media and actors. So, they're basically marginalizing us, calling us white cisgender heterosexual men. Despite the fact that most of Vic's fan base is women. Like, you guys don't even get how funny that is. That is so hilarious. That is so fucking hilarious. Mignana's failure to recognize the power he holds in this very public sphere is unfortunately all too commonplace and has only led to the direct targeting, shaming, and shaming and denigrating of survivors who have so bravely come forward to share stories. Yeah, no. Their stories are nothing but that. They're stories. There's no evidence. There's no truth to these stories. There's no proof of these things actually happening. So yeah, we're calling them out. We're calling out the lies. And not only that, the stories keep changing. If these were true victims, if these were true victims, then their stories would not change so much. Fuck, I'm a rape victim. And my story has always remained consistent. I was raped when I was 14 years old. So that's something that hasn't changed at all. And yes, I'm speaking as a rape victim. So you can't sit there and say that we should believe in all victims. Yet here you are, marginalizing a rape victim, putting me in that same, group that you're trying to say. So, yeah, eat those words. The stakes have been higher. Okay, this right here, I gotta read this right here because this is hilarious. The stakes have been higher as attacks on women's rights, healthcare, the environmental, and democracy intensify. We're going to need truth, telling journalists more than ever. At TruthOut, unlike most media, our journalism is free from government and corporate influence and censorship. But this is only sustainable if we have your support. If you like what you're reading or just value what we do, we will take a few seconds. Will you take a few seconds to contribute to our work? Fuck no, fuck your work, it sucks. And that is the end of the article. So, yeah. Samantha Borick. Borick, yeah. Samantha Borick is an editor at TruthOut. Let's take a look at this person. Okay, I'm curious. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why am I not surprised at all? Looking at this person, I could tell she's a feminist. I could tell she's an SJW. Like, just the way she looks, the color hair, the different color hair. Like, just, I don't know. Love and perseverance keep communities whole in the face of mass consumerism. Trump is repackaging his brand of neoliberalism as economic nationalism. These are the fucking articles she has wrote. Building movements through a black queer feminist lens. When it comes to climate change, centrianism is not the answer. Oh my god. These are the type of people that are writing these articles about Vic. These fucking feminists, these hardcore feminists, I should say. Not all feminists are like this. I've met a couple of feminists that are actually really nice and they do make actual good arguments. But they are not like this person. And some feminists actually agree with me. They agree with me. When, we want equalization for everyone, not just for women. But yeah, these are the radical feminists that are writing these articles, basically trying to marginalize us. Does she even look like an anime fan? She doesn't to me. She doesn't look like an anime fan. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. The article doesn't really mention much about us, the fans, except saying that we're attacking these so-called victims. And it's mostly an attack and smear to Nick Rekieta and Ty Beard. Which, oh my god. Like, come on. Is that the best you got? Like, seriously? I question these people. I really do. I question if they have a brain. If they even know common sense. But, let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section of this video. If you're watching this and not the live stream, when it's live. I think all this is just a smear article It's smearing Vic, it's smearing the fans, it's smearing Nick, and it's also smearing Ty. And this comes as no surprise. And, you know, I would love, to see articles that aren't biased, that looks at both sides. But the truth is, this is modern day journalism, people. But nevertheless, that's really all I have to say. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, follow me on Twitter at Canvas Pirates. You all have a good morning, and I'll talk to you all later.